You're late!
Oh, I know!
What?
I got stuck in traffic.
You called Charlie's mate yet?
No.
No.
You spent more time at my syndicate than I have.
I don't think that's true. I think you've had, how many days have you done over here?
I've done 8 nights in 2 years.
How many fish you had?
1.
Oh, come on.
I'll get parked up, eh? Idiot.
Oh, Neil, this one there, look.
It's gone to the old VAR for a double check.
We got rid of Kev.
It's game on.
You always just want to get it in there first time.
Close enough is never good enough.
That looked like a bite to me.
Need a sat nav to work out the best route.
Hey! And by the time we get in bed tonight, it's like that, he's going. Right guys, me and the eel are back on Frimley 3 part 2. We're here in mid-December and we caught one. And since then, it's been very slow. Why are you looking like that?
Well, we didn't catch one.
I caught one.
No, Kev caught it.
Well, Kev caught, all right.
You tell yourself that.
Yeah, we caught one.
Yeah, all right. The whole team collective.
Caught, which is as many as you've caught in the last 8 trips, is it? Or 8 nights?
No.
Something like that.
I've caught one as well.
Okay, so our target for us this week is to try and catch Neil a fish because he's struggling so much. No, we're going to have the same team target as we did last time, try and catch a 30-pounder, but the reality is I would love to catch Neil's target, which is a fish called Charlie's Mate, which is mid 50-pound common. There are probably 20, 40-pounders in here. None of them have been caught recently, and we're here to do just that. So.
And we're in a very good moon phase for this lake, just past the full moon. It's apparently very good.
Beautiful. Well, we've got 3 swims here. Should we play scissors, paper, rock? And then, obviously, whoever wins gets first choice, second. Yeah?
What is that?
Take my strong edge! Well, it was...
Either way, it's a rock, isn't it?
It's a rock, isn't
Yeah.
it? So who won?
You.
Okay. All right, I'll have a little think. I'm going to get my kit off my barra and I'll have a little decide, but
All right.
it bodes well for a good start, that.
Yeah.
Where does Charlie's Mate get caught from?
The opposite end, actually.
Down there?
Yeah.
Might go there.
Don't blame you.
I decided to fish in a swim called Catwalk, and Spooner went 2 swims to my left in single boards. Brand new bark in the swim. That's a pleasure. We got rid of Kev, because we brought on Rossiter this time instead.
Landed on a lovely little rock, must have been right on the edge of a bit of gravel there.
New bivvy rack.
Just come out into the water a little bit, just so that I can sort of easier to fish down that tree line. I'm a little bit obstructed from in the swim. Just check what the bottom's like right down there.
Little trick for anyone that buys one of these bivvy wraps. Put it in the back. I don't use a ground sheet. I put it in the back like that. Then I put my bed chair down and I put all my bags and that on top of that at the back. It's like a miniature little ground sheet.
Oh my God, it's like glass there. Yeah, that's the zone.
It smells like a rabbit up in here with this new bark. It's not great that, I need to wash it.
I reckon it's worth sticking a marker float on from there, and I reckon I can bait up from round here. I'm not going to put too much out, and rather than trying to spod down the side of a tree line, I could probably almost wade to the front and just get a bit of bait in the zone. That's the plan.
Four foot there.
For bait, I was going to use a few 10mm cell and essential cell boilies, boilie crumb, some red maggots and a good dose of sweet corn smart liquid for that extra bit of attraction.
Okay, now I'll wade out where I just was under them trees, see how close I can get to that float and just flick some of this bait around. I'm not going to fish with loads, still pretty chilly, so it's all about trying to nick a bite. but all that attraction without loads of actual grub. I'll probably fish a little yellow pop up amongst it. Feels good, that.
I really like that spot. So essentially I'm going to have one left of this big overhanging tree and then one right of it, the other way round when you're around there. I can come around here, I can sprinkle some bait in, put a little bit of maggot, a little bit of 10mm cell. I'll do the same on that spot there, and I can bait in between in the snags as well, so even where they're safe and sort of just chilling, they can eat. And they come out and they're eating the same stuff on the spot as they are in the safe snag.
Need a sat nav to work out my best route. Not too much bait. Having to let the wind drop. Chucking that crumb into a gale force wind is not ideal. There's a bit around that float now. And didn't fall in. So, absolute winner of a day.
All right, get through the old shrubbery. I'm just going to spray this bait all the way down the snags. All right, that's that done.
I had one rod fishing a zig set 4 feet below the surface with a piece of black foam as the hook bait, while the other 2 were rigged with spinners and yellow pop-ups. One positioned in open water to my right and the other tucked along the tree line.
Close enough is never good enough. That is exactly where the marker float was. That is exactly where the bait has gone. It is game on.
It's going to be disheartening for Spooner if I catch again and he doesn't. Because he's had I think he's had 2 or 3 two-nighters down here since we come last. And he said he caught one, but it got out the net. I don't know. Got out the net. Bit of a weird one, that, but I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I wouldn't do that. I'm going for 3 different hook baits. I've got the ultimate pineapple and embuteric pop-up on that, a cell on the middle rod, and then I'm going for all-out maggots on the right. That way, if I get a bite on either of them, I know that one of them is definitely working and I can change one of the other rods over to the same thing. Oh, that's a shame because that was so on the line. It just wasn't quite hard enough. You always just want to get it in there first time.
It was a nice feeling when you've got the rods out, 3 different spots, feel very confident in all 3. When you've got them out for the first time after a nightmare in the traffic, walking around at the swim, getting all set up, takes hours, but when you can just sit back and chill once it's all done, then I'll feel good. I might have a cup of tea and some biscuits actually. Yeah, jammy Dodgers, get that kettle on. Oh, that'll be ready in a bit. I wonder how Dovey's getting on.
I want it slightly further right than that. The hook's not sharp anymore! Let's get it unreal. And then by the time we get in bed tonight, like that, he's going. This is the one. And it was just to the left again. Oh my God! You're 100% better off casting until you get it right, especially this time of year. It might take 5-10 casts or whatever, but other people won't do that, and that means that most other people haven't got it exactly where you need it. That was like down the... I just liked it. To be honest, that wasn't bang on, but it don't really matter. Right, we're all out. I've got them all in good areas. I just fancy it. Sometime tonight in the dark, I reckon. All right, feels good. Bird, bird, bird. Do you know the annoying thing is that's the most difficult rod to get out, especially in this wind now.
It'll drop in a bit.
It's not, it's getting like to 24 mile an hour until midnight tonight.
Yeah, but after that it will drop. Just recast at like 2 o'clock or something.
Sometimes fishing requires patience. Them rods were absolutely perfect. And then like 2 hours later and just before dark, when it all calmed down, a mallard comes along and picks up the rod that took maybe 10 casts to get out there. Luckily, I've reeled that one in and put it back out first cast. And then now this one, the right-hand rod, is taking a few casts now. Ah! That was too high. Oh, it's close. It's a shame because it would have settled in nice and quietly for the evening, but I'm not going to skimp on getting things right. I'm going to keep going until they're absolutely perfect again, because by the time 11, 12 o'clock comes around tonight, it'll all be forgotten. And then rigs will be sitting out there nice, and hopefully Mr. Carp will come along and pick up my bait. Doesn't make it less annoying though. Oh, that's so good! Oh God, that's so good! That's what we're having. You right there?
Yeah.
I thought you'd bleed on the old zig rod there.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I'd just have a recast.
What, refreshing up already?
Yeah, I just refreshed them all, yeah. Just fancied it. Nothing to do with the duck.
No. It'd be quite, because this is probably my last trip on my winter ticket.
Is it?
Until I find out, if I get my full ticket, it doesn't start till June.
No.
So this is it.
So what you're saying, you could possibly blank your entire
I've caught
winter.
one, Davis.
You've caught... I'll show this picture.
I can't show you. You know what happened.
Sorry? That's just a picture of it.
I can't show you a picture of it.
What do you mean? So you didn't catch one?
I did catch one.
I'll show us a picture of it. You can show us the picture. What? I haven't seen the picture is what I'm saying.
No, it's because there isn't a picture.
Okay. But you caught one?
Right, I had a bite at 11 o'clock at night.
Yep.
I played it in. Wasn't fishing my lead to drop off. So you know you get that little, oh. Then the whole lot fell in the bottom of the net. The tail went in, the hook came out, okay? I go to lift the rig out of the net, So I'm like, oh well, sort it out. So I'm like, oh. So I put the rod down. I've then gone down and just watched the carp swim out the net.
Did that happen?
Yeah.
Did it?
I mean, if I was going to make up a lie.
Well, this is what happens though. People that lie tell like over extravagant stories with too much detail, and that's exactly what you've done there. I bet it's £40 as well, wasn't it?
No, it's about £25.
Oh, that's a shame. I can't believe you're lying to people. Put the kettle on, you. Do you know what? It's so cold this morning, isn't it? It was alright in the night, but it's just so cold recently. I've had one bleep on my left hand rod. And I was actually looking at it when it bleeped. What? Any bleeps or twitches?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No, really quiet. Seen nothing this morning either.
Oh, the tea knife gets cold.
Quick, doesn't it?
Quick, yeah.
backfired,
I
didn't
tried to throw it on you.
Massively backfired.
Lucky she's waterproof.
Clamp it.
Yeah, they're smack bang in the centre, aren't they?
Is
Is
that
that
a bit fizzing?
fizzing?
That's what that's,
Is it
where Matey's
fizzing?
marker float was.
Is it fizzing?
It looks like fizzing. We both saw it
Have you
exactly.
got any binos?
Yeah. I had to think then.
Oh, Neil, this one there. Look.
Next to where we just saw the fizzing.
Literally just to the right of it. Yeah, look, that is fizzing. That is fizzing.
Yeah, that
down
is.
the right hand side of that gap.
Yeah, I'm with you. Just saw it pop then.
I mean, not many fish are getting caught. They're showing in a little area. Even in that area, they're not really getting caught. They're obviously not eating that much. Really, I just think we just need a load of singles where they're showing, don't we?
Yeah. Well, very quiet so far. I've sort of seen through the morning bite window more for this rod down the margin, and then I had a coot pick up my rod, so seems like a good time to have a little reel in, have a wander around. It is very, very busy, but I just want to see if anywhere else takes me fancy for what will be my last night of the winter. My winter ticket runs out in a couple of days, so worth having a wander before we either get the rods back out or have a move. Got to move round into it. It feels about 5 degrees warmer.
As you can see, Spooner is packing up behind me, which means obviously that his swim is then open. And I just think it would be funny if I was to reel in from here, move into his swim, and then fluke his target fish from his swim. So I might try and do that.
Well, as you've probably guessed, I'm going to get on my toes. I've got to get round into that double board swim. That's definitely put me closer to the fish I saw last night, so hoping they're still there tonight. Went and stood in the swim for a bit, saw one show, saw a little bit of fizzing, so much activity around there. At this time of year, you've got to react to that sort of thing. So, quick move, get in the zone, rods out before dark.
Now, mate, you're leaving, are you, mate?
What, mate?
You're leaving?
Yeah,
Moving?
yeah, I'm going.
All right, cheers. I'm just going to put that there, all right?
You moved in after me.
Cheers, mate.
I did say it'd do that.
Right, so I'm buzzing these rods in quickly. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. It'd be hilarious if I catch one out of there. Not that chances are that high, but I do think there's a chance.
This time of year, using zigs, I've always caught most of my fish up in the water. So I'm fishing a 7-foot zig. It's going to put me 4 or 5 foot under the surface. And because it's out in that zone where they were active last night, I know they're going to be spending a bit of time in the upper layers. So only needs a bit of time to find me a bit of foam. And we'll be away.
No, I like it. I like it. They're not as far as I'd like to go, but I can't. I think we all stick to a little bit of etiquette. Don't go too far towards the middle. So if the fish do just drift a little bit this way, the lines are the right side of them. They're coming on to 2 of the best pop-ups in the world. And I've got one just off of the snag here to the left. Not putting any bait out, ready for it to get dark. I feel like there's a chance on dusk, to be honest.
The thought of moving swim's always worse than the doing, but I now feel double confident. I'm in situ as close as I can be to where those fish were showing last night. I've got a few different options out there. I've got a zig on one rod, I've got spinners on the other 2, one of which is butted up to the island, or just to the left of the island actually, on a single pineapple pop-up, no other bait around it. and the other one is out in open water with just a few spots of 10mm essential cell and cell, just so there's a bit of grub, and we'll see what happens. I'm hoping to see one show like I did yesterday evening, and I hope I see it here rather than where I was fishing, because now Dovey's moved in there, I'd bet everything I have that he catches one out of my swim, probably Charlie's mate.
What? That was mental. I've only been in here like 5 minutes. I'm just sitting here looking out, and left-hand rod that looked like a bite to me. That is a good sign. I don't think Neil had that when he was in here.
Well, it'd be just nice to see one show, wouldn't it? If they're here, they should be much easier to see, so I'm not 100 yards away from them now. Well, I woke up to a couple of bleeps, and when I came out to check, the bobbin on the zig was on the floor. Now, you'll know as well as I do, when you fish zigs, any movement on that bobbin, and you are normally attached to a carp, and that is exactly the case. And now it's in the net. Yes! Yes! In the winter, if you see fish somewhere else, it's always worth making the effort of moving. We've got one in the net. It's only 11:30. Yes! Well, this will be the first Frimley carp I can actually weigh, because it hasn't escaped. It might be one of the smallest in here. He's 16 pounds, 2 ounces. But I've got one. I can actually prove I've got one, and it is absolutely beautiful. Look at that, that is a cracker. And it's far from the biggest carp that swims in the lake, but when you've been on a trip like this where you've moved swims because you know, you're reacting to what you've seen and it pays off, doesn't matter how big the fish is, I'm absolutely buzzing to get one. We're back into another carp, a couple of hours later. Same rod as off again. Having a bit of a nightmare here though, because I've picked up my middle rod again. It's then done a massive kite round to the left, and unfortunately, I've picked up one of the guy's rods to my left as well, so I'm dragging in all sorts at the minute. It's just line everywhere. Come on. Get in. Okay, let's try and sort out the mess I've caused. Okay. Yes. 31.5. Yes. That will do nicely. That's rounded off the winter on Frimley very nicely indeed. 31.12 of lovely common carp, but not only that, me and Dovey set out to catch a 30-pounder, and that is exactly what we've done, and there's still a bit of time left as well, so hopefully Dovey can nick one and all, and selfishly I hope them fish are still sat out there and my zig is sat prime. Lovely.
I've absolutely loved my time on Frimley, but I would like to have caught a big one. I'll come back. Hopefully Spoon will have me back on a guest. I'm happy for spoons. 2 fish in a night is really decent. What's the saying? Even a blind pig finds a truffle. What is it? Even a blind squirrel finds a nut. Every now and then.
Well, hung it out through, well past bite time really, but because the odd one was still showing, you never know, there's always a chance. It's time to get on my toes now. Always next time, isn't there?
I don't like blanking. I'm not even going to pretend that it's okay. Well, that's that then, isn't it? You all right there, boy, Chi?
Hello, Thomas.
Well done.
Yeah.
You got to be pleased with that, haven't you?
I don't know how to tell you this. It's gone to the old VAR for a double check.
What do you mean?
Right, I landed the 16-pounder. Lovely,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I've done quite a lot of zig fishing over the last few years,
Yeah.
especially in the spring. And not saying my rigs are perfect because they're not, but when I land them on zigs, as the 16-pounder was, nailed.
Yeah.
When I'm playing the bigger one, I've got matey's line next door, I've got my middle line, and the carp, as it's trying to charge down the edge, it's done a couple of like erratic manoeuvres, shall we say.
Right. Well, he's caught up in the other guy's line.
Yeah,
Right.
so all I'm trying to do is just bundle it into the next. Poor bloke, I've got him up, he thinks he's got a fish on,
Yeah.
it's all me.
I heard that.
Oh,
Heard
did
his
ya?
alarm going, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, bundled it in the net. First thing I did, sort his line out so he's free, sort my other line out so it's free. I've put my arm sort of round down near the fish's mouth, and then
This sounds a little bit like the story before. Remember when
Yeah.
you lost one out the net?
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
okay.
The rig's then, I've picked the rig up, it's come out.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. Put it to the side, weighed it, photographed it, 3112, but you know when you've got a niggle,
You foul hooked it.
and we've got the beauty of looking back on the cameras, and there's just one bit, that bit where it's charging down the edge, it comes up and its fin's just waving at me. I'm like, there's only one reason that's waving at me. And then we looked again.
1 second, so you didn't actually beat the team target?
No,
Right,
that's,
okay.
that's the bad
So
news.
you've done a whole winter on here. You've landed a...
Whoa,
you've-
whoa,
the
whoa,
one-
I've
the
done
one-
six-
just
okay.
let me have your I'm in the chair.
All right.
You've done the whole winter on here. You've landed a 16-pounder. You foul hooked one and lost one out the net.
And then lost another one last night.
And lost one.
Yeah.
Good winter.
Great winter.
It's good winter.
Great
It did feel
winter.
weird you achieving something when you said you'd achieved a team target. I thought that's mad, but it's good.
That's out of order
Turns
in a
out
way.
it wasn't true. Well, not well done then.
No.
We need to come back, don't we?
Yeah. We come back when it's warm.
Yeah. It's typical, isn't it?